Hello and welcome to the Play World Cup. My name is James.
And I'm Jason.
And we are bringing you Week 6 playoffs of the Play World Cup. And right now we have Firemonkeys, team number 1, versus Roninfilm. And down the bottom here, we have MarsSpider as the blue Terran. And on the left-hand side, his compatriot, CeilingCat, playing for Firemonkeys as the yellow Terran.
Correct on both accounts.
Bam.
At the top of the map, playing for Roninfilm, we have Kewlbumm playing as the green Zerg, and his teammate will be CGjobo playing as the red Terran. And we are in Game 2 on Molten Crater, and it is now, spoiler alert, do or die for Roninfilm, who lost the first game, and so now we're in the knockout rounds, so
that's
pressure
right.
is definitely on.
They have to get it done here, or else it is lights out, curtains down, game over, do not pass go, do not collect $200. And that's all the metaphors that spring to mind at the moment.
Yeah, you covered a good lot of them.
Thanks.
Well done.
Thank you. I pride myself on metaphors. Like a fox. Now your job is to tell me if that's a metaphor or not. I don't think so.
No, that's a simile, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, isn't
I don't
like anything as a simile? Maybe.
Yeah, actually, I think you're right. If I recall English that I half paid attention to 15 years ago, I think you're absolutely right.
And we actually saw Kewlbumm just managed to kill the SCV that was building MarsSpider's barracks. So that barracks is going to be delayed, which is going to delay an orbital command, which is just going to delay everything for MarsSpider. So nice little snipe there by Kewlbumm.
He has put himself in prime position to win this match.
Definitely, if he
from
builds
that
an extractor
murdering
here.
SCV.
Come on, extractor. Oh god, no. Oh!
1 health of drone. Following with interest.
Away? What's going on? The SCV just turn around and kill it.
No, you don't kill something like this. It's a beautiful flower. Oh god!
The humanity of killing the alien.
He will be remembered after this war has been won.
Bloody war.
This is possibly the longest, bloodiest virtual war of all time.
It never ends.
Think about it. It's been going... When did first StarCraft come out? 98? 99?
I'm down with that.
That's like 14 years. Do you have any idea how many SCVs have died in this time? Billions. Billions and billions.
They're just like there, working hard, having a cigarette. Just blue-collar workers. They're not in it for the war.
Yeah, exactly. They just
families
want
to
build
feed.
stuff. These guys are virtually mechanics.
Yep. Very much.
And what happens is that suddenly the Terran starts losing, and suddenly they're sending all the mechanics in just as cannon fodder into the slaughter.
Yep. We need you guys to protect our soldiers who have guns.
Yeah, yeah.
But sir, we don't have any weapons. That's inconsequential.
Yeah, irrelevant.
Charge!
Irrelevant now, kill everything. Also, something I found quite weird is that SCVs build things, right? So, technically they do have a weapon, which is a drill. They have a drill and they have like a fork on the other arm. So, why, when you're knocking down rocks, couldn't you knock them down super fast with the SCV? It drills, for God's sake. That's what rocks... That's how you get rid of rocks. You drill them.
Yeah, but his drill's made for mining minerals, not rocks. And don't you go telling me minerals are found in rocks or something crazy like that.
So the most effective way to kill a rock, not by drilling it with a drill that's not designed for it, but is to shoot it.
Yep. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Alright, just so we're clear.
And this blue-collar worker, boom, dead.
No! He had a family. They all had a family. Oh, God.
His wife's probably cooking him dinner, expecting him home any minute now.
He's getting paid so well to work for the Terran Dominion. It's incredible. We're set up for life after this. He just got to do his 2 years and then he's all set.
And we're seeing Zerglings run in the front, although this time they're not finding the wall down like they did in game number 1.
Although it is down now. What? Ooh, yes. No.
I think they'll get cleaned up though. There's not enough Zerglings to making a liar out of me. Making it. Nope, they are cleaned up.
Nah, there's that Hellion there. He should be right now. Are these Hellions going to get in though? They've been working down his Marauder for about 10 years. Oh, nope. All cleaned up.
All cleaned up. So I'd be interested in seeing, because last game we saw Roninfilm went for, I suppose they favoured the early aggression rather than the early expand. Whereas Firemonkeys went for the early expand, and that really paid off for them in the end. But do have a very early lair actually on the way, or built, sorry, for Kewlbumm. So.
Yeah, I just noticed that as well, and now the Spire is down as well, so we may see some more Mutalisks for harassment action.
Yeah, might be going one base muter.
You can always tell when I find an interesting production building on the map, because it's at that point when I realise I haven't had the production tab open the whole time. I'd like for someone to go back through these YouTube videos and work out the time at which I discover that and flip it on and see if I've improved or gotten worse, because I honestly think I've gotten worse.
Too busy talking about blue collar workers.
Yeah, that's right, and shooting rocks.
Shooting rocks. Less yakety yak, more tappity tap.
Ah, boo. I do another podcast and I'm specifically forbidden from touching my keyboard during it.
Oh really?
The clackety clacky is too much. Listen. Look at that clack.
It is pretty clacky.
Well, you've got one too now as well.
I don't know whether mine's as clacky as yours.
Yeah, I think you have like different switches or something in yours.
Yeah.
So yours is like a little bit restrained. Mine is like volume to 11 at all times.
And without Banelings, I don't think Roninfilm are going to be able to get into this wall. There's tanks on the high ground. There's a lot of units behind the wall, and they are just going to mop up those Hellions and Zerglings.
Oh, down goes that supply depot though. So they do have an avenue in here, but I don't think they're actually going to get too far. Nope, squished up against the wall.
And now I think Roninfilm really need to expand and start getting their macro on, because they are a little bit behind, as both CeilingCat and MarsSpider have their expansions. They've just both come up, so they're going to start pulling away economically as well.
Down goes an expansion from Kewlbumm, although he does seem to be determined to get these muters out one way or another, and now we do have half a dozen muters on the field, so he's going to have to make quite good use of these in order to get back into this game economically.
Well, we've got no turrets up at all in either base for Firemonkeys, so because it is, I suppose, they maybe not quite expecting the muters quite this early, perhaps. So if he can do some economic damage here, that will help them catch up a little bit.
Speak of the devil, I just see one going up. Oh no, that's a supply depot. I thought that was a turret. It is not. CeilingCat now feeling the pain of those glaives bouncing all over his SCVs.
Yeah, and he's starting to lose a few SCVs, but here come the Hero Marines to save the day.
Yeah, they're going to move in, but where are these muters going to go from here? If they were smart muters, which I think they are, they're going to head straight for vulnerable tank shots, not bad. We're going to go straight for MarsSpider's SCVs. Ooh, hitting a missile turret there, though, winding their way around, looking for SCVs to hunt.
This is actually a really nice map for some muter play, because like, check out the distance that CeilingCat's Marines and Marauders are running to chase these muters. Oh, and we've got Jobo with some Reapers, so we've got double harass going on. MarsSpider's units just taking an absolute beating, those poor SCVs.
CeilingCat coming in here as well. He's got a handful of Marines, but a lot of those were Marauders, so it actually took quite a while. And these are getting kited back and forward like there's no tomorrow, but that harassment, I think, so far has been a complete success.
Yeah, of course. Forced a stim on CeilingCat's unit, so they've lost a little bit of life there. And a lot of towers now, or turrets, sorry, going up in MarsSpider's base. And those muters are just having another walkthrough. Need to be careful of all those Marines, but they're doing a great harass job.
And
as more turrets go up, it's going to be a little bit harder to keep going with that, I think.
Yeah, those muters now seem to be heading back, at least into safe territory for now. But most of those muters now, I'm just sort of clicking through, have at least 2, 3, 4 kills on them. So quite a success there in slowing the production of Firemonkeys.
Yeah, and CeilingCat still hasn't created any turrets, so these muters have picked the right base to go into, and they're going to knock out pretty much every single SCV in that base, and they are free to just move down into the next one if they like and do some more damage.
Yep, more SCVs going down again. There's really needs to have a turret put in here at some stage, but so far these muters are just completely unchecked, although we've got Vikings now those Vikings from MarsSpider are actually going to probably deal with this pretty well. I think they would have the advantage, the Mutalisks. What have we got? We got 4 Vikings. We've got 8 Mutas. Yep, 8 Mutas, but they're actually pretty red at the moment. So
yeah,
no, best just to draw back. Definitely.
And that harass has really only evened the harvester count. So now everyone's about the same amount. So Firemonkeys were actually quite ahead before all that harassment started. So this has just evened the playing field. But Firemonkeys still both have expansions each, whereas Kewlbumm's the only one on Roninfilm's team to have that expansion. So Jobo's really going to need to drop one soon so they can stay in this game, I think.
You said drop one soon.
Brilliant.
Pro level casting. That's how the pros do it.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
Mutalisks still swinging back in here, trying to find another weak point here at MarsSpider's base. They could probably scrape it.
Found it.
Yep, straight in actually. Didn't even touch that turret. Just absolutely dodged it completely. More kills happening here. That harvester count now starting to dip into the 10s. We've got 10, 11, 9. Oh my, that is an absolute massacre. That's actually going to be really hard to come back from now. He's going to have to crank that SCV production really fast, and he does not have the cash to do that. It's got about 400 bucks. Now these Vikings coming in, but they are probably going to have to back off and just hold at base, because there's not a lot they're going to be able to do, even if they do take those mutas out. Oh, and now Jobo coming in with the stealth Vikings.
Oh, very nice.
Landed Vikings now putting MarsSpider at 7 SCVs total. Just totally annoying. Ah, those guys at Firemonkeys have just got to be spitting chips at this point. Although there is a drop now happening. CeilingCat winging his way up the top with some medevacs. It looks like we've got a handful of Marines and Marauders here. Trying to find, actually scouted by Kewlbumm, so he's going to know this is coming. He's going to have to react pretty quickly, though.
It does have some Banelings already in his base, but no, his Mutalisks are not coming home just yet, so we'll see if this drop does a lot of damage. If they can drop somewhere, there actually might be a really nice spot if they, drop where those Marines are, in between the spawning pool and the Spire. Ah, no, I thought it was completely blocked off. That would have been an amazing drop position if it was completely walled off.
That could have been a real pain. And he might actually even continue this. Now, though, here come the mutas. He's going to have to land these troops very, very quickly and get them out of there before those medevacs meet their maker. Down they go.
Although they might at least manage to kill this queen. Yeah, the one queen goes down, but not a lot of drones. Although Kewlbumm needs to remember to unburrow those drones in his main, because that is going to hurt him if he doesn't. Oh,
and in the meantime, MarsSpider just got absolutely decimated out the front of the base here. CGjobo with this tank coverage just walked right into it. Just an absolute massacre. He had a force, it was there briefly, and then it was just a fine mist.
So it looks like Roninfilm are perhaps doing all the things they need to do to get back into this game.
I would say, in terms of supply at the moment, it tells a pretty even story with MarsSpider and Kewlbumm roughly around about the same at 50 odd supply, and Jobo and CeilingCat also roughly about the same, 90 to 100 supply as well. So all things considered, after all of this harassment and all of these crazy drops and insanity, still a very even game. Could be anyone's.
And it looks like Roninfilm are making the move, so they're going to start putting some real solid pressure on. And yeah, this fight could definitely go either way. Jobo definitely with the higher tank count, with 10 tanks to 2, but yeah, it's going to depend if he can get those tanks sieged up and they can get a bit of a contain happening. I think that will be really, really great for them.
Even though Jobo has 10 tanks total, I think he's only got about 5 or 6 in that run. On average, 4 in total. So he has kept a few of them back for defensive purposes. Those Marines now, can they snipe those Vikings? No, it looks like they're going to be running off, but they did manage to get a few Mutalisk kills there before they ran away. Oh, tanks taking some shots there. Are they going to be able to actually do damage?
If they can get a good hit on those Marines, they are going to do some damage, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough. Need to be real careful there, as those CeilingCat's tanks are firing down on those Marines and Banelings, and it looks like Roninfilm are just going to go for it.
Yeah, they're just going to bust down this wall now and try and get in here and do as much as they possibly can, but they have actually just evaporated that tank fire.
Yeah, those two tanks on the high ground have made a mess of that army, so how are we looking
tanks,
now?
Man, that was just crazy. Like, the hole in their wall was still within tank range. It looks like 1,000,000 miles to me, but it is not. It is right over the top of that tank, and they took full advantage of that.
Yeah, so now the supplies are starting to favor Firemonkeys again. So, CeilingCat, those tanks on the high ground are going to just rip apart those Zerglings.
They did just lose a barracks. The wall is now well and truly down. But in terms of supply, yeah, definitely favoring Firemonkeys at this stage. What are CGjobo and Kewlbumm going to do about it?
So Kewlbumm has expanded, taken a third base, so that's good to see. That is the only third base that we have up on the map so far.
We do have a third command center from CeilingCat slowly drifting its way over the main. Most likely headed up the top here. I can see a landing position here now. That means those two bases are actually going to be very close together. They've picked the same spot, both of them. It's always hilarious when you make that choice and you go, am I going to go above my base or below my base? In 2v2, I don't want to step on the toes of my buddy if he wants to expand over there. I'll just head off this way. Suddenly you've got a base 20 meters from your opponents.
Yeah, I wonder whether the gold base would have been a better one to take, maybe.
Yeah, that's certainly possible. You have to knock down those rocks, but at this stage of the game, there's plenty of time to do that, and plenty of units to do that as well. Lots of Marines here and Marauders happily do that, even though they do have to shoot the rocks to explode them.
Yeah, I think CeilingCat's base is definitely going to be a lot more vulnerable than Kewlbumm's is, because all Kewlbumm has to do is fly those mutas down for a bit of a look, and it is such a long walk for Kewlbumm to get some units across to defend it. Yeah, I think as soon as that base starts getting hit, it's dead. And this Overlord, or Overseer, sorry, is actually going to spot the base, so I wouldn't expect it to be standing for too much longer.
Yeah, the real decision now is going to be what do they do about this now that they know about it. Kewlbumm has some infestors here. He's got about half a dozen infestors here waiting, as well as some more mutalisks on the way. CGjobo, where's he? What's he looking at? He's got
Banshees.
A couple of Reapers, a couple of Marines. Where are the Banshees? Where are you looking at Banshees?
They are in his main base up the top, and he's also researching. Oh wait, are we looking at Mars?
No, I was looking at CGjobo, but you're saying Mars has Banshees? It certainly does. He has 4 Banshees. Oh, he loves those Banshees.
Like on the way too, so.
If I recall in previous matches, MarsSpider has oftentimes done a lot of damage with these Banshees in a big engagement where he's cloaked them up. Yep. And it's like that DT thing where you don't know they're there until they've murdered half of your units, and then you're like, gotta get detection, and then everything's dead. So it could be a good move to mix in with their main army, which at this stage is actually looking pretty scary. Like, if they move that big ball of Marines and Marauders up.
Yeah, now Kewlbumm's base is looking a bit more vulnerable than CeilingCat's, now that CeilingCat's moved his whole army up to his third.
Wow, that is a lot of units there. There's tanks, there's Marines, Marauders.
Yeah, CeilingCat is essentially maxed out on 193.
Damn!
He has pulled away from everyone else in the game, so he's got quite a commanding force.
What is he going to do about it, though, is the real question.
It looks like he's got a Marine going up to... Oh, no. No, is it taking the watchtower? Yeah, okay. That watchtower will not spot that base, so maybe Kewlbumm's base will remain hidden for a little bit longer.
Looks like he's, just going to send out a few scouting Marines here, not necessarily to get information, but maybe just to detect if there's going to be any other shenanigans or early attacks coming in, so we can kind of preemptively move this army.
And we've got those infestors, those 6 infestors now burrowing their way through the middle of the map. What detection do Firemonkeys have? There's no detection at their wall, at their sort of the front of their base, where there is a lot of units just standing relatively clumped, so prime for some fungals.
Looks like Kewlbumm has found there is no gold base, which perhaps he was expecting there would be. So the real question now is, what is he going to do here? Is he going to throw? Yes, he is. He's going to throw a bunch of infested Terrans up the wall using the vision from the Mutalisks. Now we are going to see some interesting stuff going on here because we're not really sure what he's going to attack. He's got a starport in range, but those infested
If CeilingCat throws down a scan, those infestors are so dead, but oh no, he has!
Oh boy.
Those infestors. But the infested Terrans, I think they're actually going to die before they get close enough to take out that command center.
Yeah.
The energy on them is just not quite enough, so that distance that they had to travel was just a little bit too far. And yeah, those infested Terrans did not do the type of damage I think the Kewlbumm expected. And now
MarsSpider, the Banshees are counter-attacking up the top here. We have a lot of buildings being hit here and not a lot of units to deal with it. A single Mutalisk here to deal with 5 Banshees. It's going to take him a hell of a long time to knock all of these down.
Yeah, the Mutalisk will eventually kill them. It's just how long that eventually takes.
It's going to take a really long time at this stage. He's got 1, so that's 1 down, 4 to go. Here come the rest of the Mutalisk, so now it looks like these are going to get taken down. Run, Banshees! Run!
Oh, and we have a huge Baneling minefield, so we'll see if Kewlbumm can make good use of that, although these units running through that deadly tank blast.
Not even necessary, actually. They ended up just getting
wide.
Oh,
so close. Hit those Marines, stimming away, and... Alright, so Kewlbumm did lose a little bit, but is just going to elevate her straight up, although this could be a terrible time to elevate her.
Oh no, no, oh!
And just like that, the supply is back down. CeilingCat is now below the supply of Jobo, and now those units are going to get creamed by, I said creamed, and they are going to die by the tanks.
So that, I did not expect that at all. I did not anticipate these Mutalisks to be as valuable as they have been here. They made for themselves and then some with that elevator snipe.
Yeah, cleaned up the Banshees, just ducked down for a little check out on how the army was going, and boom, 3 medevacs down.
Gotta say, this has been one of our longer matches. This has been a real back and forth as well. We have hit the 30-minute mark just a little while ago. That is Blizzard time, not real time.
And I only just noticed then that Kewlbumm's 3rd did go down. I did not notice that. And in the meantime, CeilingCat has also thrown up a 4th.
Here comes a drop, though, as well by Jobo. Let's see what he can do with this. How are these Marines? These Marines are 2-2 now, so they're starting to get a little bit scary. He could stim in here as well, and it looks like MarsSpider is going to lose his main command center. Could lose a few production buildings here as well, though. Here come the Banshees, which are actually going to be great here because they're going to need to either scan or... Nope, looks like that's not even going to happen. They're just going to get taken down straight off the bat.
And I am wondering if... It looks like Jobo was keen to move his army out.
Hello?
Yo.
Sorry, I thought I lost you there for a second.
I did. I just muted it because I just wanted to make sure we didn't have too much of a background noise. But yeah, looks like Jobo is moving down the map. At the same time, CeilingCat. Okay, there is a scan going off, so we might be seeing a rather big engagement, and this engagement could very well determine the game, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like there's a lot of coverage here as well. They've got Marines down the bottom, they've got tanks covering off, they've got Mutas for any air. So if they can do this right, if they can get a good engagement here, they can do some real damage. Real damage here.
Yep, Roninfilm just want to be careful that they don't run back into CeilingCat's tanks when they do this engagement. And here we go. This engagement's going to work out very, very well for Roninfilm. Absolutely melting that force.
Yeah, that was absolute carnage, but it looks like CeilingCat has actually found Kewlbumm's 3rd again and is just working it away with 1. So what is going to happen here? Because we are seeing those Banshees there did a little bit of damage, but maybe not quite enough. There's still 5 tanks left in the mix, and the vision from the medevacs is giving free shots basically at the backside of the base.
Yep, and now the pressure is up. I think this is going to... I think this might be in a really good spot. Yeah, CeilingCat does not want to engage in this position. Need to be careful of those mutas. They're all going down. And Jobo needs to retreat to those tanks. He wants to make sure when he's fighting that his units are not getting hit by the tank fire.
Oh, this is a real back and forth now. We've got Vikings and tanks. We've got a single Thor as well, but neither want to wade into the other's tank fire. So we've almost kind of hit a stalemate here.
Yeah, this is just your typical TVT, really. everyone has tanks and no one wants to move because obviously you can't unsiege and run into siege tanks.
In the meantime, this one Marine is paying for himself. He is single-handedly taking... Oh, nope, 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 he's dead.
Oh god, and MarsSpider's Cloaked Banshees are now paying for themselves again, taking out Jobo's tanks. They've killed 2 tanks, that's the 3rd. Gonna get this 4th, and now the tanks run stim. Here come the units, and all those tanks and the contain are now gone.
Wow, those Banshees just forced them out of position, and in that moment gave them an opportunity to rush forward and just break that stalemate down.
Yep, and so now Roninfilm are retreating back to their base, but Jobo is completely mined out in the main and the natural. Jobo is not mining anymore. And I would dare say that Kewlbumm has a fair bit of bank, but he is running pretty low on minerals to mine himself.
Yeah, looking at the resources tab now, we have MarsSpider with floating around 2k, CeilingCat mining, but keeping his minerals low. He's at about 500, but he's gaining steadily. As you said, Jobo out of money, not mining, so he's going to have to find a way out of this.
And he's done that just now in the 3 o'clock position. He's floated his command center down there, and there's all the SCVs and mules, so he has got income coming again, which is obviously going to be needed. But I think CeilingCat is in the strongest position here with 4 bases, 2 of which are mining very, very thoroughly. So I think Roninfilm really need to take out those mining expansions.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think Kewlbumm needs to find a way to spend some of this money here. He has a weird kind of imbalance of gas to minerals at this point. You know, and maybe he could trade some of those with Jobo and kind of even it up. But he does need to find a way to get units on the field.
Yeah, and there's a Thor running in and managing. Okay, that's good. So Kewlbumm managed to get out of the bottom base of MarsSpider without losing too many of those mutalisks to the Marines and Thors.
Looks like he's also going to find MarsSpider's expansion here,
which
is
very nice.
Excellent for him.
Good accidental find.
That's beautiful, and that is completely unprotected, so it's either going to have to try and lift up, although it's not even complete.
Not even built, so it's got to be cancelled, or else he's just going to lose those 400 minerals. Is Mars leaving it to the very, very last moment? What's going to happen?
Nope.
Oh, it's dead.
Down it went, unfortunately. No, cancel there, so 400 minerals down the drain.
MarsSpider was too busy by the looks of it building those supply depots, so the mutas supply blocking him again. So yeah, he is concentrating on getting those supply depots back up so he can continue making those units.
Damn, the air units in this match have been absolute story here. These mutas just constant harassment, constant nuisance, and the Banshees at the same time as well. Just clutch moments with air units here, taking everything out. CeilingCat, though, now starting to look really scary with these Thors marching across the map. He knows that there is a base over here with CGjobo, and he needs to take this out.
Jobo has the 2 tanks, but it's honestly not going to be enough against that force.
In they come, stimming in, 1 tank down, 2 tanks down, and down goes the base almost instantaneously as well. These are 1-3 biological units as well, which means they are just attacked like monsters.
And all Kewlbumm had to help that out. Oh, he's going to lose it anyway with the Zerglings and Mutalisks, both of which are not going to be any help to that force, and unfortunately running to the watchtower and catching MarsSpider's Marines, which just melted his forces.
Yeah, supplies now starting to spin out of control here. Only 50 supply for Kewlbumm, and CGjobo 117, but CeilingCat is almost maxed. MarsSpider at 100, so definitely a supply lead here by MarsSpider and CeilingCat.
Yeah, and Kewlbumm's not mining as well. He is completely out of minerals, and he's tried building that his 3rd up a few times, and it just keeps getting taken out.
Looks like now we're going to see a push, and with these Thors, I mean, Thors are scary at the best of times for both, you know, land and air units, and it's really, really hard to break a big ball of Thors apart. You really need something like, oh man, there goes some splash damage, that's no good. Yeah, you really need something like Broodlords or something 3rd tier here to be able to smash through that.
Yep, so at the moment it looks like Jobo is just going to turtle up and just siege tank up that walkway that they're going to have to walk through, but neither of Roninfilm are mining now, so I think essentially at this point they either need to somehow break this army. I Don't know how that's going to be possible, but yeah, it's sort of a matter of time at this point, I think.
I think the elevator is coming up to the top floor here, straight into Kewlbumm's base. And on the menu is going to be Delicious Hive. And here we go. Is this going to be it? There are some banelings somewhere. He's going to bring those in, but is it going to be enough? I'm not really sure.
Kewlbumm has managed to get great use out of his banelings, and I think he'll do it again this time. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Taking out so many units. But it's definitely not going to be enough. Oh, wait, what do we have here? 3 Broodlords.
Well, well, well.
Wellity, wellity, well.
Is that going to be enough, though? That's the real question. He is in a good position, though. If he can hold them over this ridge and kind of keep that height advantage, vision advantage, then he could use them quite well. But if they get trapped, then and they get underneath those Marines, they're just going to get shredded. So he needs to be very, very careful here about where he puts them.
Jobo going to expand down the bottom of the map, but unfortunately there are a bunch of CeilingCat's Marines there that will see this going down, and no doubt they will put an end to it rather quickly.
Banshee's coming in now as well, targeting down the Hive. So these Broodlords, can they escape? Are they going to get hit? Banshee has taken out the Hive. Now the Hive is gone.
Banelings rolling in, although hitting the tanks and Thors, missing that big ball of MarsSpider's Marines. Now the Broodlords under fire, need to be really careful, do not want to lose those.
No,
and it looks like one of them is going to go down. There we go, and now MarsSpider has a bunch of Marines, might be able to take out that second Broodlord. And I think if he ignores the Broodlings, stimps forward, he will be able to snipe it with relative ease.
I think so.
There it goes down.
And Jobo's second base is also in tatters at the moment, just a handful of Marines in the drop. Taking care of that. He's just completely stretched to his limit here.
And here those Banshees come. Almost one-shotting tanks, there's enough of them. So really the only thing that's holding up Firemonkeys are these tanks by Jobo. Once those tanks go down, their army will be able to walk through very, very easily and just murder everything on the map.
Yeah, and Kewlbumm at this stage, although he has some cash left over, he has almost nothing left in production. At this point he can build, oh no, he can still build a few things, but these drones are dead. I think that is pretty much game over for Kewlbumm, so now it's going to be on Jobo to try and make something happen here.
Jobo, you got this, and I don't blame Roninfilm for just trying to hang on. This is a must-win game for them, and obviously they don't want to leave the competition, which is exactly what they're going to have to do if they lose this game. So definitely trying to hold on, and it looks like Jobo might be moving out. Where are those Thors? Oh, the Thors got left behind.
Yeah, they're just hanging at the bottom here at the moment, not really doing anything, but
this could be hilarious.
Tanks are going to melt faces.
Yep, faces are being melted. Banshee's coming in.
Can he get a scan? Where's the scan?
Is there no? Wait, there's nothing to scan. There's no.
Oh no!
One orbital, one scan. That's his only scan.
Oh, that's it. So now he is very, very, very vulnerable to those cloaked Banshees, which is.
And what's happening down the bottom of the map? That is a long line of Marines.
That is the world's longest conga. Wait, let me zoom in. Hey, hey.
Yeah, now would be a great time for CeilingCat to just dance.
Oh man. Forces wise, it looks like this is going to be the last stand for Jobo. He needs to have some miracle here, or these tanks out of position. They need to siege up right now. Right second.
Alright, so they're sieging, but I don't think it's going to be enough, especially with all those cloaked Banshees, even if the tanks manage to kill all the ground units. Although,
oh my god,
battle cruiser in the mix. What is going on?
3 Marines are invincible. Roninfilm.
All right, Jobo just needs to walk straight down into the main, and if he can somehow win this, that will be the greatest thing I've seen all year. Take your tanks, for the love of God, take your tanks.
Go, go tanks, go. He's got one overseer as well. I think that might have actually been a big help here. So Kewlbumm from the grave, giving him vision, giving him a way to actually take those Banshees out without the snipe. Or without
Kewlbumm's actually got enough minerals to build a hatchery, and that's exactly what he's going to do. It will be spotted by CeilingCat's units.
For some reason, CeilingCat was building a command center up the top there. I'm not really sure what was going on.
Now you can see why TVTs are so hilarious. because it's just impossible to make that final death push when people have tanks.
Yep, and it looks like there's more melting going on here. What is going on? This is insane. This is actually completely crazy. I don't even know how this happened, but here we are. Jobo could actually take this game out. He needs to be incredibly careful.
Oh, do not want to lose that cruiser, and that is gonna hurt.
Yeah, that's difficult. He needs to edge forward here with these tanks and start getting position where he can work down the rest of these barracks and slowly edge forward, but he needs to be so careful these Marines don't get lost in a big engagement.
Oh, CeilingCat stimming and then running away instead of running into the tanks. Just not 100% sure what he wants to do. I think if he leads with the doors with the Marines and Marauders behind them, he should be pretty safe.
That might be his best possible chance, but keep in mind the 3-3 Marines are invincible. They are.
Jobo. Oh no. Okay, Jobo is going to drop his tanks in the main on the high ground. I really like that move. Siege up. Siege.
Man.
Oh god, siege. Although, CeilingCat will have vision of that high ground.
He's trying to lift the Marines at the same time, and they kind of just caught out in bad timing here. Oh, the tanks are going down. The tanks are all down.
Thor's shooting the medevacs. Those Marines will also go down. Those tanks now being removed from the game. That is the game. Jobo has a handful of Marines, but they will not be able to beat these forces. So
yeah, I think this is
he's still going to take that command center. Jobo is not giving up. Roninfilm are not giving up.
No sirree, never give up, never surrender. Marines 3-3 for life. Oh!
The turrets ruin the epic conclusion.
And we are now into minute 51 of this game. This has been absolutely ridiculous. I cannot see what is going to go on from here.
The Marines that were standing there. Oh, and Kewlbumm's running away. I thought Kewlbumm was going to build his hatchery there.
Dude, I am physically exhausted. I am physically drained after commentating this match.
Yeah, who said live casting would be a smart idea? There was no way in hell we would have cast this hour-long game if it had not have been live.
Oh no, I would have tried to. Back in the old days, we casted a match that was like 45 minutes long about 3 times because of technical issues. Never again.
We do not speak of that day.
Yeah, that was a dark day. Yeah, it looks like these drones are hiding. Actually, that was a really cool maneuver.
Jobo
and then disappeared.
Jobo's brought his command center over. It is now on fire and dead.
There's one more command center here, but it is nowhere near a mineral within 100 Ks of it.
It's going to be... Oh, there we go. Jobo throws out the GG. Roninfilm did not give up until the very, very bitter end.
What a game. That last push was unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't know how Roninfilm could have won it, but there was a small part of me where I was like, imagine, just imagine.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Anyway, I think that wraps it up here. Looks like Firemonkeys 1 is going to move into the next round of playoffs. We say goodbye to Roninfilm. Fantastic competitors. Big shout out to Chuck competing as Kewlbumm as well, because he was coming to us from Texas in the US, making the effort and braving that horrible time difference of getting up at like 4, 5, and 6 in the morning to do these matches. So
yeah,
huge shout out to him. Thanks for watching, everybody. I need to lie down. I'll see you next time.
Time.
Bye.